Hi everyone, my name's Jacquie Forde and I'm absolutely delighted to be here today with Chipman. Something very special is happening in May this year. Not only is the Tecan conference happening, but in May this year in Scotland, the first meeting in the Scottish Parliament will be held about the principles, this understanding of how it can help health and well-being will be presented to various politicians and third sector organisations with the help of Chip, Elsie and other people. And I'm delighted that Chip and Elsie are coming to help me present at the Scottish Parliament. And on a couple of days after that, we're going to hold a special retreat, workshop, seminar, whatever you want to call it, whatever fits right for you. I'm delighted because what has touched me most in my understanding of the principles is the spiritual understanding. And I have found Chip and Elsie to be two of the most profound three principles teachers that I've ever met. The Three Principles School was founded in 2008 by Chipman and Elsie Spittle at the request of Sydney Banks. He guided them through the first couple of classes that they did before an audience. And Sid talked about this critical need for the school and its role ensuring that the teachings of the three principles as taught by Sydney Banks continue. He knew that this understanding was going to be shared throughout the world. And I just feel so blessed that we have people like Chip and Elsie who can guide us back to the purity of the principles and the simplicity of this understanding. And that's why I'm extra specially delighted that in May they're coming to Edinburgh. Chip, would you like to just say a few words?
Well, first of all, thank you for that introduction, and thank you for your kind words about the school, because it's definitely the closest thing to our heart. You know, I mean, Elsie and I both have our own practices and clients, and we travel around the world, but the school is different. The school is very different in the sense that, you know, people kind of picture that when we are around Sid in the early days, that we sat around talking about the principles, you know, 10 hours a day. And the truth is that really didn't happen. If it was 5% of the time we were with Sid, I would say that's an overestimation. But what we did have was being with him in a very quiet, peaceful state of mind. And just to be able to see how he lived life. And in the most ordinary parts of life, whether he was cutting his grass or painting his house or whatever, he delighted in it. And it was sheer, honest to God delight. And we joke about it today that every cup of tea Sid ever had was the best cup of tea he ever had, you know. And so what I'm trying to say is Sid taught us mostly how to live in that feeling. And that the feeling was way more important, much more instructive than any words could ever be. His words were amazing because he was speaking from that place, from that quiet state, from that enlightenment that brought us three principles to begin with. But when he asked us to start the school, what he really wanted to preserve was some place where that feeling was tantamount, where he was number one. And where the words were very simple and very direct, and where probably as important as anything at the school, where we saw everybody who came, every participant that was in the room, as having all the wisdom and knowledge they could possibly want within them already, whether we opened our mouths or not. And that particular piece of guidance has really gone on to create the school, because when people come to the school in Salt Spring, they come with an expectation or a desire to find that feeling and to share with us and to share with each other. So we often laugh. We do a meet and greet on the night before we start, and people walk in with that feeling. It's absolutely amazing. And we walk in and we go, wow. And we just chat with people a little bit, tell them a little bit about the next couple of days. But almost, well, really, every time we've left that little affair, that meet and greet to drive home, I felt like it's already done, because people bring it with them. And this little thing that I'm so grateful that you've created in Scotland, Jacquie, it's just, I know Sid would be thrilled, both with the Parliament. I mean, I would love to be sitting in a room talking to him about that right now, and he would love to have met you and talked about it. I know he would have been thrilled, right? And then to go on and have this beautiful retreat. That's what we'll look for at that retreat. We'll look for that same feeling. And I would encourage anybody who wants to come to set aside what they think they might get for their clients, how they might change their life. Just set it aside and come and just listen and experience that feeling. Because when that happens, there's a chance that the world that you project moment to moment stops just for a split second. And when that happens, you're inside and you're experiencing all the knowledge and wisdom that every human being on this planet has deep within them. And when you experience that, what you're actually experiencing is your true self, your true identity, who you were before all this whole show began. And when you look back at your life from that amazing place, you see it with a totally new and beautiful understanding. And you see it with love, you see it with compassion, and everybody in it, including yourself. So that's kind of what I'm hoping for, Jacquie.
I'm there already.
It's almost too simple, I hope so.
No, it's perfect. I would just ask anyone who's interested to get in touch with us if they want to know some more information. But this really is a very, very unique opportunity. A unique opportunity to see Elsie and Chip together in Edinburgh, the hometown of Sid Banks. It's
oh my goodness.
Very, very special.
It really is. It really is. And honestly, I know we just can't thank you enough for organizing this. And it's not just the organizing, it's the heart that you show for it, Jacquie. It's in your face. I mean, it's just, this is what I want in my life. I want to work with people who want to find that feeling and who want to share it with others to bring them health. That's what I want. I'm greedy for that. It's too much fun.
I can see that. Well, Chip, thank you so much for your time. I know that you're about to go on an incredible adventure before you get to London and then to us in Edinburgh. And I just wish you and Jan the most beautiful adventures and fun, which I know you will have.
Thank you so much. And we're so looking forward to seeing you in Scotland.
I love it. I love it. Thank you, Chip. Thank you.
Thank you.